Good afternoon. It's Monday the 16th of August on what is a mild, slightly chilly but definitely overcast day. I'm in the reading nook with a small pile of parcels and of course a nice hot cup of tea. So the first parcel I am going to open, or first box I should say, is this, which is the Dee Sanction, and it is the limited edition that Just Crunch Games released at UK Games Expo, because what is also in here is this adventure collection. So let's just slide this open, and what we've got in the plastic box is several items. So first off, what you've got is a copy of the rules. Now, I've already looked at the rules and I've already reviewed the rules, but that was the limited edition Kickstarter version. This is the standard version, which you can buy from Just Crunch Games, and this is a rules light, minimum rules game of Covert Enochian Intelligence, in which you play someone who has been caught up in the continuing conflict between the Protestant and Catholic churches, and in the occult underground. And because of that, you are due to be executed. Instead, essentially, you are recruited by Sir Francis Walsingham and Dr. Don Dee to fight the occult on the behalf of Elizabeth I, which is a terrific setup, because essentially what you're playing is Dee's dirty half dozen, and you have a small facility with the occult, a little bit of knowledge, you have contacts and so on, and you conduct investigations and attempt to stop other plots. So it's all very simple. This is what a cat sheet looks like. There we go. Your 4 and 3 stats, various details in there. Your areas of expertise, intellectual, physical, and supernatural, which are the 3 stats. Your name, occupation, and so on. You also have something called tradecraft, which is what you're using this time on an investigation. That will vary from investigation to investigation, and will essentially fulfilling the targets associated with that tradecraft will get you some further way into the story. You have an extensive list of occupations, which randomly generated, and then essentially the question of what your right is, and the whatever occult underground organisation you belong to. And so it's a simple game, easy to play, and comes with everything you need. And what's clear about is that this is not a historical game. It's ahistorical. It fits within that setting, but it's not strictly historical, because obviously it's got the occult in there. It's more sort of to be played in the sense of if it was sort of like a television series. So reasonable budget, interesting stories, and what you can do with that is you can think about it in the certain styles of particular television producers. For example, in the UK, whether you would do it as a sort of like a BBC TV series, or you could do it as an ITC TV series if you things like The Persuaders, Man of Suitcase, and that sort of thing, the low grade kind of adventure stories, and so on. And it's a game of conspiracy and superstition, and universal threat. And there is essentially everything in here you need to play, including Lost in Translation, a one-shot. So yeah, and this is basically easily available to buy or download. Relatively expensive because it's a small game, but it's different. So what else do we have in here? We have the Journal of Days, the Book of Days, and this is a journal of matters diverse and vital, and this is essentially it basically is a character journal. As well as the standard character sheet, offers room for additional details about the agent's abilities, favours, contacts and possessions, as notes as well as ongoing investigations and crucial discoveries. An extended character sheet for recording details of your agent, pages for writing up investigations and tradecraft selection space, space document your every who, when, where and what, pages of lined and dotted paper for keeping notes and sketching maps and the like. So again, there's the character sheet. It's extended, so more details, proper portrait, list of possessions, and breakdowns of the missions that the Agents of Dee has gone on, and then alternate essentially line sheet sections for taking notes and then for drawing maps and the like. So essentially, you could take this would be interesting, essentially, play through it, several series of missions, use this to create sort of like a journal which could be passed down or passed on to another agent, or indeed, even turn up as an artifact in another role-playing game. That would be interesting. So that's the journal. Below that, we have a couple more things. First off, a handful of character sheets. So these are basically white sheets which you can really quickly use and then just wipe clean. So it comes nicely equipped. And lastly, there is this little slim booklet, which is UK Games Master Special Edition, Dee Sanction Adventures. There were 30 or so of these produced. And this was the essentially what set them apart, because essentially this is a limited edition, and it collects the first 3 adventures for the Dee Sanction in print for the first time. They are all available as PDFs. We have Ex Libris. The Dilemma. Dee sends the agents to Deptford in search of a lost volume from the sacking of Mortlake. The paper trail kept by Nicholas Fremond, Dee's feckless brother-in-law, points to a house on the village's remote edge. The owner acquired Dee's annotated copy of the infamous Book of Dead Names. So we have really, this is almost like a mini dungeon, exploring the house, getting to Deptford, going there at night. And seeing what's there. Then we have the Window of the Soul, the Dilemma. Thomas Howard, the 4th Duke of Norfolk, has a means to escape his son in the Tower of London through sorcery. So he's hatched a plan to secure release by enchanting a cask of fine wine to be gifted to the Queen. But alas, the enchantment has tainted barrels of ale, driving those poisons or acts of madness that attract the Dee Sanction's attention. Again, this is a bit more background, and in each case, the format really follows through. So you have the task at hand, followed by the deep background, and then particular elements of the scenario follow. So strict format, and these are quite short adventures, really like a session or 2 at the very most. The Window of the Soul is a longer one. Ex Libris is 4 pages. Window of the Soul is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, and then at the end we have the Gong Scourer's Baby, and in which cultists plan to assassinate Queen Elizabeth by having an aide secrete a cursed doll in her chambers, and that's an even longer one because it's you've got more of a conspiracy, more of a challenge to it. So this is actually half of the book, and it includes full colour maps of basically the Thames, and various buildings, the tower, basically the Tower of London, and lastly, you've got a handout and another underground layer, basically a dungeon sort of thing for the Dee Sanctions. So that is the Dee Sanctions Adventures box set, limited edition, which comes with another rather number of finely appointed items. This box set, said, is available from Just Crunch, or certainly was available from Just Crunch Games at the time of the video. When I'm doing the video, there are probably some in stock, but they will be running. The stock will be running out soon. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, please click the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I do take the time to respond to those, and I appreciate you posting them. And lastly, of course, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me with a stack of parcels, something to unbox and chat about for about 10 minutes, as knowledgeably as I can, and of course a nice hot cup of tea, then please hit that subscribe button. Again, thanks for watching. I'll be back again with another unboxing in the Nook very soon. Bye for now.